Welcome to episode 58 of Super States, Practices of Transformation with me, your host, Joshua Peters. Super States explores the intersection of trance states with personal or professional growth. And in each episode, we talk to world-class experts, industry leaders, and revolutionary thinkers, people who share the latest information and tools along with their own personal stories to inspire you on your journey. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast through your favorite podcast host, or you can subscribe on YouTube. That way you'll stay up to date with new episodes. And if you enjoy this show, please give me a 5-star review to help us grow. In today's solo episode, I explore the concept of freedom, focusing on how it impacts personal growth and self-empowerment. I'll share some insights on breaking free from societal norms, overcoming fear, and embracing authenticity. Ready to uncover the link between freedom and living authentically? Discover true freedom with Joshua Peters. Welcome to Super States. Today is a solo episode where I wanted to talk about the idea of freedom. We are around the 4th of July, which in the United States is the celebration of freedom. And so that started me thinking about this idea of freedom and how important freedom can be to personal growth and self-improvement, self-empowerment. When I think of the idea of freedom, to me, freedom means the ability to do what you want to do, to feel okay doing those sorts of things. And so there's a lot of elements to empowerment and self-improvement that are related to freedom. It's about breaking free from, think of it like the shackles that bind you. Also, though, breaking free from the rules that we're told we're supposed to follow, the way of life that we are supposed to live. That doesn't always line up with being authentic. And for me, freedom is about authenticity. It makes me think of much of my life, especially my early life, where I did not feel very free. I did not feel like I could make choices. I felt like a victim. That's pretty much the opposite of being free. And much of my life then has been around how to break through this stuff. Because back then, I wasn't a victim, but I had set up a bunch of rules for myself and beliefs about myself that kept me in a kind of a victimhood type of state. It wasn't until I started to make choices that things started to shift for me. One of the biggest things that was in the way for me, and that I find with most of my clients in finding their piece of freedom, is that fear gets in the way. Fear of a lot of different things. So, an easy one is fear of performing, right? Fear of public speaking, fear of flying, for example, but also fear that you're not enough, fear that you're going to be unloved, all these kind of deeper fears that we may not even know we're holding on to them or that they're running underneath, and yet they're still there. They're still affecting our life. I found fear to be really hard to get past. And really the reason that happens is it impacts our body. We literally go into a fight or flight response when we're pressed up against one of these things that scares us. And so it's easier to avoid those things than to confront them. I learned to confront fear in kind of a weird way. I started doing sideshow acts like eating fire and laying on a bed of nails or walking on broken glass. Really kind of simple things when you know how to do them. But the hardest part about them is that we have a lot of fear in our mind around this. How often are we told to be very careful around glass? Uh, how often are we told to be careful of fire, right? Fire's going to burn. If you know the techniques for this stuff, it's super simple, but you still have to move past that fear of, I have bare feet and I'm walking on broken glass. So that whole process that I did when I was learning these acts, I was really training myself to move past fear. When I started becoming a hypnotist and learning the techniques of hypnotherapy and hypnosis, that is a powerful way to push through fear. But it's not even really about pushing through fear. It's shifting the feeling into something different. Or sometimes it's allowing that feeling to be there so that you can actually move past it. Now, as I think of an example of that, this podcast actually came from a process that I had around uh, looking a certain way, showing up a certain way to people that I thought I was supposed to show up to it, and all that sort of thing. And I found myself driving to a networking event that I had been a part of for years, really. And on my way there, driving in the morning, I'm kind of angry. Some guy cuts me off. I flip him off. He flips me off. Now I'm really angry. And then I had this flash of insight, and it was, what am I doing? Like, why am I going to this thing? If this is the kind of state that I end up in when I go to these events, what's the point? And it was very shortly after that that I decided to create this podcast where I can talk to the people that I really want to talk to. I can talk about the things that I really want to talk about. And I don't have to try to show up in an inauthentic way. I can actually be who I am. So a lot of this practice of recording this podcast, of interviewing all the amazing people that I talk to, is about me stepping into this authenticity of who I am, what I love, what I like to talk about. It's really getting in the way, or moving out of the way of those thoughts that can hold us back. Some real simple ways to help you with that mental kind of freedom, so getting past those negative thoughts, is meditation. Like, meditation is a powerful way to build up a practice. Now, meditation itself, it doesn't have to be for a result. A lot of times people that I'm working with tell me, I've tried meditation, it just doesn't work. My mind never shuts down. That is a misunderstanding that a lot of people have around meditation, is that it's supposed to shut down your mind. It's not about that. It's about building that practice of being present. So a simple meditation practice is to just sit and focus on breathing. And when your mind wanders, you just come back to your breath. You don't have to shut your mind down. You don't have to not think. In fact, it's almost impossible to not think. You might have times that are closer together where you have these little moments of no thought, but that doesn't even matter. This is about building up this capacity so that you can handle more challenges in your life. Another aspect around freedom is being free from those emotional things that show up, like those trigger moments that can happen for people. These are almost like programs that are running underneath that we don't really think about, but they just are automatic, where like a trigger moment will happen and we'll just have an automatic reaction. We don't think about it. We don't decide to do it. We just have that reaction. This is a really important piece to be able to move past, because if you were just running around just reacting to everything, we're not present. We aren't showing up as our best self, because our best self would make choices. Our best self would decide how to respond in a certain situation. And there's different techniques to do that. Meditation is another way to help with this. Breath work is a great way that can heal those programs that are running. And you don't even have to know what they are with breath work. That's one of the most amazing things about it. When you go through a breath work session, you just go into the breath, the energy that you bring up or whatever it is that happens in a breath work goes through you and essentially heals whatever needs to be healed. And obviously, hypnotherapy is another way to address these programs that are running to shift them. It's really pretty simple, though. We just fire off the problem neurons and we send them down a new pathway. That's essentially the neuroscience behind how all of this works. Ultimately, these are different trance states. Meditation is a trance state. Hypnosis is a trance state. Breath work is a trance state. You can use music to take yourself into a trance. You can use ecstatic dancing to take yourself into a trance. There's lots of ways to take yourself into a trance that lets you go inside and lets you do healing. As you're doing all of this, I think one of the biggest pieces that comes for me is a connection with something bigger than me. So oftentimes trance states take me into this place where I'm recognizing, ultimately that we are all one. But in a trance state, we hear that we are all one. In a trance state, there's times where that's not just a mental idea anymore. This becomes an ecstatic experience, a truth that you feel in your body. Now, again, meditation is a way to find this. Hypnosis is a way to find this. You could use different psychedelics or like a powerful way to just like throw you there. Tantra, sexuality is another way to find this connection with something that's bigger than you. And then finally, I'll talk about the different ways that society kind of holds us back. Like we have all these different rules that we grow up with. We don't even necessarily are told that these are things you have to do, but we watch people act a certain way. We see our parents or other people in authority that we look up to acting a certain way. Religion is another thing that does this. The political structure, society as a culture, all gives us different constructs around how we're supposed to be, different barriers that we're put up for ourselves. All of these things are something to question. Is this how I want to live my life? Or is there something different? Now, we can find this kind of freedom that we're talking about in lots of different ways. I find a really amazing way to build freedom is in relationships, in communities. So if you're in a community that's not feeding you, that's kind of holding you back, there's a lot of different communities out there that you can find that are about freedom and empowerment, growth. So I find it really important to become part of these growth-minded communities and build upon them so that we can lift each other up. When you're finding that freedom through, meditation, hypnosis, psychedelics, it can also help you feel more creative, become more able to solve problems, think outside the box. I encourage you to create a process to cultivate freedom for yourself. This might be a breathwork exercise. There's lots of really simple types of breathwork out there, aside from like rebirthing or something like that, which is a very intense type of breathwork. There's other things that you can do too. A real simple type of breathwork is called the 4-7-8 breath. This is a way to calm your nervous system. I'll put a link to a quick video that I made on how to do the 4-7-8 breath in the links in this podcast. If that's something that you're interested in, check that out. It's a really simple way that in just 2 minutes a day, you can shift your mindset. But there's other ways too. Even just self-care, like taking time for yourself, exploring your hobbies, exploring the things that you're interested in, getting creative. All of these things are going to help cultivate freedom for you. Mindfulness is another way. So again, coming back to meditation, which is another form of self-care. So give yourself something that you do just for you. There doesn't have to be any goal to it. It's just something that you're curious about, that you're interested in. And finally, I'll throw another one out there. This doesn't work for everyone, but setting intentions is a powerful way to help build freedom. So, these could be affirmations. It could simply be, I'm going to take time for myself every day. Embrace freedom. Take some time for self-care and practice whatever works best for you. I've given you several different options. What I'd like to do at the end of this recording here is I'm going to take you into a hypnotic trance where we're going to embrace some freedom for yourself. If you're driving, now is the time to stop this recording and come back to it when you can more fully go into it. Otherwise, find yourself a nice place to sit or lay, someplace where you can be undisturbed for the next 10 minutes or so. And we're going to just start with 3 breaths. So take a nice, deep, slow breath in and a nice exhale, beginning to center yourself, to ground yourself down. Second breath in and out. Again, just letting go more and more with every breath. And finally, a third breath in and a nice exhale, just again, letting it all go. Good. Now continue to follow that nice deep breath in and out at your own pace, beginning to let go with every breath. And find a part of your body that is relaxed. Whichever part of your body feels the most relaxed, focus on that part. Focus on that relaxation. And imagine that relaxation getting stronger as you breathe in and out. Breathe into the relaxation. And then let that relaxation float up to the top of your head, settling into the top of your head where that relaxation releases any tension. Your muscles relax deeper and deeper. Feel the relaxation moving to the back of your head now, releasing any tension in the back of your head, softening those muscles, just letting go. And let that relaxation move into your face now, your forehead, your ears, your eyes and cheeks, your nose, your mouth, your chin, your jaw. Relax your jaw. Soften your tongue. And imagine that relaxation flowing through the tongue to the back of the throat, into the neck, releasing any tension in your neck. Those muscles letting go deeper and deeper now with every inhale, with every exhale. Send the relaxation into your shoulders now. And you could imagine you're getting a wonderful shoulder massage, massaging away any tensions, massaging away any worries. Those muscles in your shoulders loosening, releasing, relaxing, and letting go more and more as you simply allow that relaxation to spread down into your arms, your upper arms, down to your elbow, into your lower arms, wrists and hands and fingers, your arms and hands and fingers, your whole body feeling more and more relaxed now. As you put your awareness on your chest and feel relaxation spreading through your chest, moving back through your body to your shoulder blades where it flows across those shoulder blades, releasing any tension back there. The shoulder blades letting go, relaxing as that wonderful relaxing feeling flows down your back to your middle back and your lower back, flows down the front of your body, your chest to your solar plexus and your abdomen, your whole upper body relaxed. Send the relaxation down. into your hips, your bottom, your thighs, your knees, calves, ankles, feet, all the way down to the bottoms of your feet. Good. Now take a nice breath in. As you exhale, send a wave of relaxation from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. When you're ready, take another breath in and send another wave of relaxation down. And again, when you're ready, deep breath in and send another relaxation down. Wave of relaxation taking you deeper and deeper with every breath, with every sensation. And allow yourself now to just drift down, drifting all the way down to the core of your being. And you could imagine this place like a beautiful room, comfortable room, the perfect temperature, well lit, the right type of lighting for you. There's artwork on the wall that brings you joy and pleasure. There might be different shelves here in this room with knickknacks, different things from your life, resources that are available to you. There might even be photos from your life of powerful, empowering moments. And there's a very comfortable space to sit here in your inner space, or maybe your inner sanctum. Sit in that chair. Feel yourself relaxing even more into comfort and peace. Feeling good, calm, secure. And take a moment now to reflect on what freedom means to you. Where in your life would you like more freedom? As you consider this and you think about the places in your life that you could use more freedom, begin to imagine those barriers or those things that have been holding you back as chains wrapped around you, or maybe ropes tied around you. Might be like a ball and chain on your leg. Might be a heavy weight on your back. Whatever those things are, however you'd like to imagine them, is perfectly fine. Now, imagine in front of you, as you sit in that chair, feeling those things that have been holding you back, those things you're ready to free yourself from. Notice in front of you a representation of your best self, that you who is empowered, that you who is filled with inner strength. You could imagine this like a painting on the wall. Might be a statue. It might even be a candle with a flame that just burns forever. As you connect now with that you, that empowered you filled with inner strength, begin to feel an energy flowing from them, or might be a color coming from them, might be a power emanating from them that's beginning to flow right into your heart. As you breathe in, imagine you're breathing in that energy, that power, that inner strength into your heart and flowing it through you. From your heart to the top of your head, out to the tips of your fingers, down to the tips of your toes, completely filling you with a sense of strength, of empowerment. Feel that energy flowing all around you with every breath you take in. that energy gets stronger. That power becomes more powerful, creating almost like an aura of strength around your body. And as you notice that aura of strength flowing in you and all around you, it begins to dissolve the chains, the ropes, those things that bind you, those things that hold you back. That energy begins to dissolve it away. And as you sit in that chair, connecting with your inner strength, dissolving away those things that have been holding you back, you can even hear them falling off of you and landing to the ground, falling around you as they dissolve away. That's right. Now take that feeling of strength, of empowerment, that feeling of freedom now that all those things have fallen away, and let that feeling swirl into your right hand. Squeeze your hand around that feeling of freedom, that feeling of inner strength, of empowerment, of confidence. As you squeeze that hand, that feeling of freedom flows into the hand. It becomes stronger and stronger. Breathe into that and know that anytime you need this sense of freedom, anytime you need to release something that's been holding you back, all you need to do is squeeze that right hand, bring up that sense of freedom, and it will drop that thing that's binding you right away. Good. Now, in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. When I get to 5, you'll be awake, alert, aware, and feeling great. So release that hand if you haven't already. Take a nice deep breath in. Your unconscious mind will continue to process this, so allow your mind to guide you, giving you whatever insights, wisdom, or clarity that you need. And trust your unconscious mind as it begins to heal you, moving you towards full freedom, moving you towards empowerment, allowing you to feel that inner strength whenever you need to. 1, take a deep breath in and feel yourself in your body. 2, feel energy flowing from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. 3, feeling relaxed, empowered, strong, and free. 4, your eyes fresh and clear. And 5, eyes open, wide awake. And welcome back. So remember, freedom is about being authentically you, getting past those mental challenges, moving past the emotional blocks that get in the way, and connecting with something bigger than us. You do that using different techniques, but many of them are all around these different trance states that we talk about. Moving past fear and choosing how you want to live in this world in a creative way, authentically being you. Thank you so much for your time today. And I encourage you to continue using these different techniques even beyond this holiday that's coming up here. Hey there, if you feel like something holds you back from reaching your true potential, listen up. I've got something incredible to share with you. I'm offering a free 7-day email program that helps you break through those blocks to get to the unshakable confidence and success that you deserve. Imagine starting each day with a clear mind, a strong sense of purpose, and the confidence to go after whatever it is that you truly want. This program guides you through a powerful process to uncover and then eliminate the root causes of your limitations. You receive daily emails with practical steps, immersive audio exercises, and techniques that help you rewrite your personal story. As your expert coach, I am there to support you every step of the way. Now, people have used this program to remove old triggers and create a new empowering mindset, or others have used it to remove resistance to taking certain actions. You can have these same kind of results or something different. If you feel ready to break free from what holds you back, the fears, the worries, the anxieties, those old patterns, whatever they are, and you're ready to embrace a life of confidence and fulfillment, go to xfactorhypnosis.com/transform. It's completely free and you gain a more empowered you. You can use the link in the show notes or just type xfactorhypnosis.com/transform into your favorite browser. Thanks for listening. And remember, stay curious, keep growing, and embrace your transformation.